What is this? Huh? What? No. What? No. Right? No. What? Nobody told me. Magic supernatural. Magic non supernatural. Magic Decepticon transform. Ignite. Magic. What?
Magic.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. The power of apparently. The power of apparently influencing the course of events by using apparently mysterious or apparently supernatural forces. Dot, dot, dot. Right? No. Synonyms: sorcery, witchcraft, wizardry, necromancy, enchantment, spell working, incantation, the supernatural, occultism, the occult, black magic, the black arts, devilry, divination, malediction, voodoo, hoodoo, sympathetic magic, white magic, witchery, more witching. All of it. Those are synonyms. Who knew? Whoa. Right? What is this? What's going on, right? It's the noun and the adjective used in magic or working by magic, having or apparently having supernatural powers. No. No, it couldn't be, right? Wonderful, exciting, informal, British. Verb: move, change, or create by or as if by magic. As if. Method acting. Who knew? Who knew it's all just bash in front of you? But where do you hide evil? What is the best place to hide evil, meaning your wrongdoings? In front of you. To the point where you don't even see it because you become that bash blind by thinking you're looking through your third eye, but no, you've denied life. Wow. No, that's not true. No, you're wrong. And this. Wow, Smash. Couldn't wait to boast, right? What's going on? What do you see, if not the true promise? What is going on? Magic. Supernatural. A set of beliefs and practices distinct from religion and science. So magic is the breakaway civilization, outside of science and religion, apparently. Because religion and science are what govern the mind, right? Ugh, all this bash and bash and bash. You see the knowledge of of evil, good and evil. So what are you doing exactly? Art, arting your way into your performance where you bash think you're undergoing supernatural feats. Yes. And boast in how much self esteem and confidence you have. For you're just so courageous for being the relentless sorcerer. Who knew? Magic in fiction, right? Oh, magic. Oh, I play relentless magic tricks and magic games. Yes. The genre of fiction that uses supernatural elements as a theme. Right? You think they're fantasy stories, but then you embody them. Wow, who knew? All because you are void of wisdom, so you go and recreate some sort of bash experiences that you feel and say, "Whoa, that is life," because it just brought me to some bash emotional state that I just, whoa, don't let's do it again. I have no idea what it is, but somehow the friction of it, my confliction, and my just contradiction of just bash, just just scraping on the pavement relentlessly. I just don't see it anymore, but I feel it. It's so hot. Oh, I'm just so hot for you. Let's do it right now. This and that. Right. Just full on illusion. Right. And you're basking in the rewards of that friction. Somehow it's, oh, that bean that I'm just frictioning every day. At least 7 times. This and that and this and this and that and that, because this bash just has the infinity sign of just a bent halo of some sort, just warped in the field of relativity. Somehow it's a double helix, superimposed, and bashing him and telling him, hey, you're the serpent, go out and shed your skin and be relentless, shape-shifting, and be amazing. And this and that and this, and of course he's drinking all the pentagrams of the world with his manly sword that he's just gonna stab through anyone through the heart if gets in his way, and he's gonna say, amazing, I've spoken, it is done. Join me in my permaculture course that I'm holding the next week. But listen, okay, positions are minimal, so make sure you know and study the downward dog position before you come, because you're going to use a lot of that core action in this relentless weekend and partying and working. But don't worry, you're all welcome to bring your dogs, because we're going to use their feces for some bash compost. It's foolproof. I guarantee it. I feed from it every day. And this and that and this and that, and wow, all of a sudden it's magic. Wow, what a shame. Right? Because some alcohol debate on the, right, what's the meaning of alcohol? We don't know, but we relentlessly smash it, right? We were smashing it. We just couldn't wait to smash it, right? We just put it in the chalice and the bash, and just who gives a bash? And we're just gonna bash it into me and just watch it take effect. Yes. Right, because alcohol is said to come from an Arabic term alcohol, which means somehow body eating spirit, right? And all this bash, what is going on? But then talk alcohol, and then you go, wow, they're just bashing and saying, well, the somehow it doesn't concur. It does not compute where this word comes from. Who knew? There's probably something lost, something it's just dust that goes in the eyes, and somehow, wow, we think, man, this and that and this, wow, right? Alcohol. See, ultimately, Arabic term which first entered European alchemical jargon. Who knew? And then entered general use. They did just put it in and just it rammed in, and just all of a sudden we use it now, but well, no clue. It reached English in the 1500s via Old Spanish and or Old French, alcohol. Modern French, alcohol. Alcohol. Since at least the 1600s, some authorities have suggested alcohol as the Arabic etymon. This suggestion is found, for example, in Webster's Third New International Dictionary. Right. Other authorities, including Rothschild, suggest the ultimate etymon was the classic Arabic term baba al-ghol, or a bad effect, evil result of headache. Evil result of headache. Oh. Bashbat, which refers to drink in which there is no gall. The gall of man. What is this? Right? Countable and uncountable, plural alcohols. Organic chemistry, any of the class of organic compounds, right? Colloquial, ethanol. Uncountable beverages containing ethanol, collectively obsolete any very fine powder. Obsolete. Somehow it's obsolete, but somehow at one point it meant that. Well, it's shame. What is exactly just prove? I mean, if relentless dictionaries and revisions and this isn't proof of how you're just bash shape shifting. There's no certainty in you, and you say, "Well, we're evolving, so we just have to change and add and take away and make obsolete just the things that just somehow we don't just do not serve us, and we just have to tweak. We relentlessly must tweak, for somehow we're tweaking already. Yes, you are the relentless abuseaholic, right? Thinking you're a freeaholic, thinking you're free and holistic, right? But no, you're just the lowest of the lows. All while boasting and judging others and saying, wow, no, everyone else is a problem. I'm totally fine. And you're like, well, of course, no, I'm part of the problem, but nobody's perfect, and this and that. Right. Everybody believes that perfection is somehow to bash some evil, right? Something unattainable, not even real. It's just somehow man's attempt, right? So, wow, the fine tunedness of life is just a bash half-assed attempt at its best. No, it is astoundingly amazing, and day in day out, everyone just is in it. But somehow they complain or just get they well they're like, why do I look this way, this and that, or like, why this, exactly, relentless victimhood, relentless 33 smashing to the next batch groundhog day, and you couldn't wait, and you just pat your back, you pat yourself on the back with relentless abuse, thinking you're free and holistic, somehow bash just doing as thou wilt, and all while just guzzling down alcohol, whatever it means to you, it doesn't matter because there's no real, it's still debated. Well, it's just, some people say it's some Bosch dust powder and it just blinded you. And others say that it's just a flesh eating Bosch demon, and all this from an Arabic term, origin, and etymon, and this and that. Right, what's going on? What is going on, right? Because this is so, wow, there's a red and a white, right? What is going on? Is this Bosch thing doing anything? No. Look, you have to press the button. Wow. Amazing. Right? And this guy's going to be refuted, right? But who gives a Bosch? Because look, that's what they were, there's different spellings, right? And this, just one letter, and they, whoa, all of a sudden it's, wow, it means something else. Even though the Bosch letter is silent sometimes, or just has a totally different sound and alphabetical numerology, and Bosch just doesn't even matter, but somehow it's the phonetics, right, that we have to trace, and wow, the origins of language. Wow, just confused because it's just so confusing. If we could just make it so that we could learn what was the first language and this and that and how it sounded and this and that. Where was it? Where? Tell me. Right? Just lost. Right? Because what is this? Right? See what? Look, all this bash, right? Nothing. But look, right? In alchemy, alcohol is used to extract the soul essence of an entity, right? The tincture this, tincture that, put alcohol in it, and then the bash herb, and then it takes the essence of the herb out, and now you can just relentlessly guzzle that alcohol because now it goes directly into you. Right, this and this and that is it's readily absorbed that way, right? Better just extract and get some this and that and that thing. Hence, its use in extracting essences for essential oils and the sterilization of medical instruments by consuming alcohol into the body, in effect, extracts the very essence of the soul, allowing the body to be more susceptible to neighboring entities, most of which are of low frequencies, right? They couldn't just wait to say of low frequencies, because of low frequencies suddenly now mean or took the place of demons. So, since you have a lower self and a higher self, that means you say, I'm part demon and part divine. Exactly. Just splitteth and defiled. For you believe yourself to be somehow the synthesis, the alchemist. Why do you think we got certain alcoholic beverage spirits? That is why people who consume excessive amounts of alcohol often black out, not remembering what happened. This happens when the good soul, oh, right, because we have a good soul and a bad soul. Wow, no, it couldn't be that. Just in that state, we're just openly, right, in a state of just total, just what? You have subliminated, right? You're subliminated. This happens when the good soul we were sent here with leaves because the leaving conditions are too polluted and too traumatic to tolerate, right? So Robin Williams' joke. This is Robin Williams' joke where he says, blacking out is your consciousness saying, okay, buddy, I'm gonna check out for this one. You're about to have, you're about to bang some elephant. Good luck. Right? That something like that was one of the jokes, right? But this and that, right? So is this the joke? The good soul leaves because you're doing bad, right? Or this or this or that. What is going on? So in your daily awoken sober life, apparently, right? Every time you're doing apparent bad, your just soul just leaves you and you don't remember it. No, exactly. You know exactly what you're doing. And even in your stupor, you know what you're doing. Right? Because we can try and hide it from the world and say, no, I didn't have a stupor. No, 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 no. I remember everything. No, but who knew that that God knows your heart? Yes. And you can hide it from the world, but you cannot hide for God. But you think you're hiding from God relentlessly because you say, nope, does not even exist. I'm out here smashing on my own breakaway civilization, going to blast through the moon and hopefully hit the sun. And on the ricochet, hopefully go to Mars. Amazing. Right? What's going on? No, you're going to Mars because you're in relentless war. You're in relentless war, bloodbath. For it's a battle for your soul. Yes, the true lifeline, the true promise. Yes, the way. But no, you deny it. You deny a creator. You deny a way. You deny truth. Wow. All just for all the abysses of possibilities when you're under the influence of spirits. Right? Wow. No, couldn't be. No, no, no. This happens when the good soul, blah, blah, blah. The good soul jettisons the body, staying connected on a tether. Oh. So somehow your good soul comes in and out and just rides that wave, just cuts that wave relentlessly and bosh, 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 bosh. So you believe this, but you deny there's a creator. Wow. So all these bashers are saying, yeah, it's your higher selves just wishing you and putting you to sleep, and then you wake up and yes, all the low frequencies are gonna just pass you all day, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna rise it above and you're gonna make it heal and just say, wow, you deserved a good time. And it doesn't matter what other people think of you, this or that. You're just gonna go out and smash in your best image and just create the best manifestation of your best trying and effects, and it's okay to fail. And it's okay to just go and consume. Just find that which fulfilleth, and then maybe you won't need the alcohol so much and this and that. Just go and just find what you are and what you want to be doing in this life that you're just here in, and it's just a learning for the spirit to just do what it didn't in its past lives, but now you're passing it on, and somehow you're just stretching and boasting and huffing and puffing until you blow yourself into oblivion. Yes. All because essentially, when someone goes dark after drinking alcohol or polluting themselves in many other ways, their body often becomes possessed by another entity. Right? And people will say, ha, laughable. Right. That's why you relentlessly quote things from shows and bash and think certain things are funny, because exactly you embody that which you are apparently living, experiencing, preferences. This, yes, by what? You don't know, but somehow it's there and somehow it affects you and somehow you live it. Well, yeah, that's laughable. So you've gone completely dark, right? But then you say, "Oh, it's just drinking that does this." No, no, no. This is the breakaway civilization, right? The civilization of total denying, right? Denial, refutal, the sorcerer, yes, defiance, the relentless rebel, right? Manipulating, contorting, and just begging and whining, blah, blah, blah. I am better, right? I'm better and I'm making myself better, and look at how good my craft is and worship it now. Right? And this and this. Otherwise, I'm just going to manipulate you and just abuse you and sodomize you. Right? And this and this and that. Are you aware already live Are you aware we already live inside an ancient religious cult who are schooled concerning the dark powers of alcohol? It is this cult that popularizes alcohol through the media and government it controls to serve a very ancient and dark agenda, which is what? There's only one purpose: to annihilate, right? But it's not people, right? It's people going under the influence of the false promise that, wow, is bloodbath, right? And all you just think you're paving the way, right? The means justifies the end. So somehow in your bash, lifetime, you say, well, I did my job and in the end it was all worth it. No, who knew it just continues? And you're bash thinking you've completed something. Wow, no. There's nothing to gain under the sun. Wow, what is going on? Exactly. The bash people have lost their soul, right? Meaning they have thought themselves, well, there is no such thing, or there's souls in everyone. It's not one soul, it's just different, bash many one, and just souls in everything, and just it's just got energy, it's not created nor destroyed, so somehow it's just amazing. So you sure there's something, but we don't know what it is, and this and that just gives me the excuse to go out and smash, and this and that and that, right? Yes. And you take it as such and you do it. You couldn't wait. And then you couldn't wait to guzzle down that alcohol and, yes, entertain yourself for a while. Right? And that's exactly we're all guilty of it, right? Everyone. Doesn't matter. I don't drink. Oh, yes, you guzzle down bash hoods of ancient, right? This bash calls ancient, right? Right? Dark entity. What does he call it? Right. Ah, right. Schooled concerning dark powers. They won't come out and say it. It's the worshippers of doing as thou wilt. The complete defiance of the Creator. Yes. But you'll say, no. No, no, it's not the creator. What? It's not against the creator. It's against. We just somehow evolved. And now our arousal state, it is just amazing, and we just gotta steer it a little better, guys. Come on, we just got too excited. We're just a novel. We're just a novel snapshot, right? Because it's been billions of years, guys, and we're basically like a trillionth of a second, right? Or whatever bash, in your chronological bash lineage, and you're like, wow, we're but a blink and a relentless bashhood of bashhoods. And you're like, wow, how is that possible? That we're about to kill everything, and it took billions of years to just make everything. Wow. And all of a sudden, we're just smashing ourselves, and we're just gonna kill ourselves right into the oblivion, right? And just go extinct. And you say, well, inevitably humans will go extinct because the sun will bash and die, so that's how we have to escape. We must escape to another Gaia because it's inevitably going to happen billions and millions in Harry Potter years in the future, but who knows when it could happen because we could just be destroyed by a relentless solar wave or an impact meteor or whatever. But guys, be very aware of the dark powers of alcohol, people. Be very aware of the dark powers of alcohol. Yes. But go ahead and buy the 6 packs and 24 packs that you can. It's on sale today and tomorrow and the next day. As long as the beers just cycle and bash, 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 let's do it. Right, so what's going on? Nobody knows, but somehow they're just crumbling, right? They're crumbling. It's not that society is crumbling. No, people, right? Souls are being crushed. Dreams lost. Dreams just made, and somehow it's like you're raising funds for something, and the batch temperature checker thing, the batch thing, exactly, that's you. You're like, I'm almost there, people. Thank you. You've been so amazing in my life. How could I ever thank you? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just relying to receive batch, right? Because somehow it's the invisible hand that pushes you forward. You just say, no, it's just culture. It's just people helping people, you bash. Come on, don't you see it? Right. Wow. You're so enlightened. Somehow you just say, wow, a helping hand is a helping hand. And wow, who knew? Who knew it was a helping? But into what? Right? Oh, they helped me to get sodomized. It was amazing. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you. Will you do it again? Oh, what? They helped me into just molestation? Oh, amazing. Thank you. Right? And this and that and this and that. They helped me get in debt, and now it's just bash, and now I just bash my life, and that's what you blame, right? All because you're in debt, or because you don't have enough, or this or that, or this or the other, or you don't have enough of whatever it is that you want, or you have the bash thing, but somehow, well, there's always the better one. Damn it, man! Why couldn't I get the better one in the first place? So you're always looking. You're just rubbernecking left, right, that, pop, 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 and somehow you're just like, well, I guess I should just be more grateful for what I have, and this and this and this, right? So in your bashhood, your thermometer of relentless, um, raising funds, you're bankrupt, and so you fill with yourself with dark power. That you say, I'm the Jedi, and I'm gonna use the Force, which can be used for dark, but I use it for light. Right? You just bashed and smashed. The solution to crumbling society or to be found our non-polluted collective humanity. Wow. Not within modern science and the death cult it represents. Our dark and immoral human farmers masquerade as altruist governments, who then serve us up to the dark spiritual entities that feed off our energies when we consume alcohol and a host of other toxic substances. They rain down from the top of the ruling pyramid, right? The archons, right? Is that what we're talking about? We're slaves living on the elaborate control grid based on this indoctrination, propaganda, chemical sedation, toxic meditation, and we're even used as food energy for dark spirits who live outside the frequency of visible light. So again, what? Demons? Shapeshifters, right? What do you even call it? You don't even know. You've seen too many movies. There's just so many things. And you've read so many relentless magic books that somehow they're just so in your bash imagination. Just who knew? But they're there. I haven't drank alcohol in almost 5 years. Now the dark spirits are in fear of me. Right, so the boaster. That's the way it was because now he's in self control, right? Bashed. Join the moral rebirth of humanity, right? Based on what? The moral rebirth. Rebirth, man does not rebirth anything. Woman brings children. Women are the mothers of life on earth. Not the creators, not the birthers, no, the mothers. For only the spirit reneweth, not humanity. Right? Oh, reject the poison and let's get to work doing what we know has to be done. What? Right? So, somehow a call to arms. Yes, a call to arms. For the Father, the Father's word calleth, yes, in the living. So what do you answer? You answer your relentless sexting and your Twitter, and you bash and bash, 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 and you bash, 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 bash. And the friction, and all of a sudden you're in denial because, of course, look at guys like, whoa, except for being 95% inaccurate, your article is very interesting, right? The, oh, amazing. How is it 95% inaccurate? Thanks anyway. Ah, this is entertaining. Wow, why is it so funny? Alcohol destroys many lives and families around the world. Makes perfect sense to me. I used to leave the car too, and I've what? Leave the car too? Fall off the wagon or whatever. What is going on? And I felt what you described here. Thank you for your comment. I've been sober a year now, and I think alcohol is a major problem in our society's problem. It's a problem in the problem of the relentless problems. I won't be missing it because it only brought sadness to my life. Illuminati elite or whatever you want to call them wants us to use different kind of substances so that we don't wake up to this reality. Which one? Which one of the multiples of your relative truths? Which one? Exactly. Deniers. They have no clue. Right? For all they see is themselves awakening to some bash thing that now they see it. And Groundhog Day. Who knew? Nothing has afflicted them. Nothing in them is jarred, just shaken, bashed, right? Nobody's out there just, right? Because the trauma that you have been, it's already been done to you. You've already been shaken and now shapeshifted, and now you're relentlessly shapeshifting. So you don't know you're doing it to yourself, right? The etymology of alcohol is untrue. I've just heard the same definition, alcohol, flesh-eating demon, given in a horror film, The Dark Tapes, right? Oh, I couldn't wait. But it's not corroborated by any dictionaries or etymological listings I can find. I've been sober, or unpossessed perhaps, for 8 years. He's like bashing, boasting. Hi, and thank you for a comment, Bash. Who gives a bash, right? There's already a lie in this first phrase. Alcohol doesn't mean body at all. Where would you get that fictitious definition? Originally, alcohol simply means dust. So you're just consuming relentless dust. Exactly, dust to dust, ashes to ashes, right? And all this bash, right? Because that's what you believe you are. You believe you're just a possession that can just go into astral planes. So just alcohol is just another level of astral planes, but somehow it's slower. So guys, they're like, no, you don't want to be the lower ones all the time, guys. Come on. Go up to the higher ones and swim with the other ones. Come on. Come on, guys. Right. Right. Who gives a bash? But wow, who knew, right? Who knew that you don't even know what alcohol means? But yeah, some so exactly because you rather just be at the top, right? Somehow being at the top and smashing, and any other thing that is around you, you'll laugh at this guy and be like, "What an idiot!" And you look at this guy and say, "Wow, what an idiot!" All the while, look at what's going on. Exactly. just excess, and you name it of ways. And this one is just alcohol, but wow, you name it. Excess, availability, convenience, this, and that, technology, progression, advancement, opportunity. Right? Just tilting back until the point where you just will fall back in a trust fall. And this guy's fighting, so he doesn't even have a clue. You're just trust falling. You're like, I trust you with my life, friend. And he's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's like, cheers to that. And he pushes back. And this guy's just about to punch this other guy. And this guy's like, whoa, snap, neck, smoke just off this corner right here. And then this bash down here is like, oh, that's the second one this year. Oh, little Missy, what are we going to do? Well, I guess I'll just go out there and just get another husband. But who will take me? Because somehow I'm just burdened and just a scarlet. I'm just a scab, right? This and that, right? Oh, just the faceless nation. Right? Wow, what is going on? What is going on? Right? Because, of course, they forgot what becoming one flesh is. They gave it up for the lusts and pleasures of the rewards of just defiling and abusing the flesh. So both men and women are to blame, right? For perpetuating it in denial. So that's why we must forgive. Forgive, for if we don't forgive and just could stay in that state of blame and apparent, judge and wanting reparations and justice done for somehow all the bad things that were done that somehow are just pushing us down. We're oppressed, people, by the system of systems and all the systems and the money and the money and the families and the families and the occultists and the occultists and you'll cry and have relentless conferences about it. Wow, we're awakening, people. We're so awoken. And this and that and wow, guys, just pass out pamphlets and relentless pamphlets and pamphlets of the one eye of the pyramid and just say that you're the ones that know the truth, but somehow you're pushing the same bash. Right? Just circle jerking yourself, right? You've bashed you think you've reached a level of hierarchy where now you see it all and you're enlightened. And that's why people say the conferences, right, of open your mind and this and just expansion and progress and this. You're like, and the people are saying, all the sheeple out there, and they say, but I know the people here in this crowd are the true Illuminati, right? And then applause. Applause. Yes, we are the ones. We are the ones that actually know what's going on. Wow. And of course, now at that point, they're part of just the cog of the same wheel that's bashing them, spiraling, and just keeping them in the gravitron of just oblivion. Right? Look at them. Blah, blah. They don't give a bash, but this guy's right next to them saying, well, look, I'm just so poor, full of flies. So disheveled, and this guy's, well, it's because I made you that way. I just bash you, and then send you to be somebody, and then you just came out the other way, just blow your brains out. Just blow your brains out relentlessly. Right? Look at this guy. He just couldn't wait. Actually, he waited a long time to do it, right? Because for a while, he just boasted in his jolly and his folly. All because he was filled with what self-esteem, right? You're just a little steam engine. Just Thomas the Tank Engine filled with boast. He is so filled with boast and educated all the children with how he can. And he can because he's a tank engine. And just steams and steams and steams and steams and steams his way around some bash fake reality. Wow. Who knew? Right? Because what is self-esteem? What a pyramid! And you'll say, yeah, of course there's hierarchy and everything. You bash, just look at nature and the lobster. Don't forget the lobster and its hierarchy and how it just smashes. And of course, don't forget the Tyrannosaurus Rex. and all the other packages, and ultimately all of the magic. Don't forget all the magic, people, because somehow it's just the pinnacle of all creation. It's just the as above, so below triangle of male, female, and just bashing, and that's why you have to relentlessly friction that being or wand and make it just cream into all sorts of little teeny tiny things that will shapeshift into whatever you want. Wow, what a shame, right? Self esteem. Self esteem means feeling good about yourself. People with self esteem, colon, feel liked and accepted, are proud of what they do, and believe in themselves. That's why we have to foster it and pound it into every child so that they can begin their life as doing as thou wilt. Under the law of man, which is relative and passion just will just bash you with this thing. Right? Wow. The wrecking ball. Right? The bash that's angled down to just that's what's defiling your Achilles heel. Your self esteem somehow is shanking you. Wow. No, it couldn't be. No. Right? Exactly. Just no, it's not that. No, 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 no. What is this bash? Look at what self-esteem. What does this bash say? Self-esteem reflects an individual's overall subjective emotional evaluation of their own worth. So they're the relentless little judge that says bashing, accounting, this, that, and making relentless evaluations, and then coming to some form of respect for themselves, some sort of self-respect. And some pastors will say respect means to look again, to re-look, right? Spectare from the past, term, spectare, coming from past things of look, right? To reevaluate, to relentlessly reevaluate and feel boast good about yourself, about the situation. That means it's good, right? Wow. No. No. For truly seeing, having your eyes open to the knowledge of good and evil surely is death. So what do you worship then? Exactly. I worship not death. No, you worship death. For that's what you fear. And somehow that's where you get your worth from. From all the things that you got to do in the apparent living, because when you die, was it all worth it? And you say, "Well, I deserve the best. I deserve the best and everything." And that's how exactly past evaluation. It is the decision made by an individual as an attitude towards the self. So just relentless narcissist, amazing. Self-esteem encompasses beliefs about oneself. Yes. Yes. Self-help. For example, I am competent, I am worthy, affirmations after affirmations, as well as emotional states such as triumph, despair, pride, and shame. Right? So self esteem is just another bash thing that you say is an emotion or some bash state of emotion. Exactly. So this is a little tank engine that you use to boast and just visit all the realms of emotion that you say you have control over. But no, they're just all the realms of bashhood, of the state of being void, the counterfeit state of being, right? Of perception and belief of yes, yourself. In denial of a creator, in denial of the unconditional love of the Father, which instead then you go and boast and drive along the abyss and try to fill it. It just feel it, but who knew it's a counterfeit bash love of emotion, filled with emotion, and that's why it hurts. Because who knew that the endurance in life isn't what you think it is? Some pursuit for happiness. What does that even mean? To relentlessly be in a state of flicking that bean and feeling like your self value is just skyrocketed, right? It's just bashed in the open market, and now you're huge. What is going on? Self-esteem is attractive as a social psychological construct because, right? So, wow, it's just a social construct, people. It's not real. But they boast in their self-esteem, so they will never say that. So somehow this bash is saying this. It's an attractive social psychological construct because researchers have conceptualized it as an influential predictor of certain outcomes. Exactly. If you have bash people saying to themselves whatever it is that they think that they're boasting, but then who knew that if you can control what people will boast into or dream of, that's the trap. For it doesn't matter what relentless dreams they come up with, you already know it's been programmed into them. So all their dreams are influenced, right? Because they're predictors, temperature checkers, basters, right? For certain outcomes, such as academic achievements, happiness, satisfaction, right? Everybody's looking to be that satisfied, accomplished, successful person. So who knew that those are all the bash ways in which you're defiled, right? Given relentless counterfeits, proxies. Satisfaction in marriage and relationships and criminal behavior, right? Self-esteem can apply specifically to a particular dimension. For example, I believe I am a good writer and I feel happy about that. Or a global extent. For example, I believe I am a bad person and I feel bad about myself in general. Wow, right? Psychologists usually regard self-esteem as an enduring personality characteristic trait. Self-esteem, a trait. Somehow it's bashed in evolution. So guys, it's a evolutionary trait where you were just the poor, weakest one, but you worked yourself into the boast that you have now. So somehow the tool used for that is called Thomas the Tank Engine. Who knew? Though normal short-term variation state self-esteem also exists. Synonyms or near synonyms, right? Pseudo synonyms, pseudo bash, other relative words somehow correlated with this include many things. Many things. Wow. Self worth, self regard, self respect, and self integrity. So, who knew that this Thomas the Tank Engine was also a cow and a buggy and the ant and somehow the water too? Right? No. Right? Because even in the wow, the way that presented wordsmithing you. Wow, it's many things. No, it's just a boast about yourself in your counterfeit, right? That's what it is. Theories, right? Just filled with them. Many theories suggest that self-esteem is a basic human need or motivation, right? Oh, they couldn't wait. American psychologist Abraham Maslow included self-esteem in his hierarchy of human needs. Oh, wow. Measurement. How do you measure it, right? How do you tell that signal is true? And of course, they have relentless theories for that. Bash, bash, bash. One of the most widely used instruments, blah, 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 scale score requires participants to indicate their level of agreement with a series of statements about themselves. An alternative, wow. So you can go out and get tested of how full of yourself are you. So anybody who goes through that test is full of themselves. So what's the point? They're like, well, there's gradients of how full they are about themselves. So we must uncover that. No, you just want to know how to cook. Implicit measures of self-esteem began to use in the 80s. Wow, cognitive processing, implicit self-esteem, including name, letter, task. Oh, people to prefer the letters in their name over the letters in the alphabet. Wow. Whether subjects are asked to rank all letters of the alphabet, rate each other letter, choose a letter they prefer out of a set of two, or pick small set of letters they most prefer on average per. Well, wow. For people to prefer the letters in their name over other letters. Wow. The the name letter task. Name letter effect somehow is the name letter task. So everybody's named different things, right? So what is the enchantment evoked on that certain names, that those letters, those arrangements of sounds? Nobody knows. But somehow you go to some dictionary of names and you're like, wow, it means wind, it means empowerment, it means virtue, it means this, that, and that. Wow, really? For what is it doing? Right? And why does this matter? Why is there studies on this? Well, because it's very important. Don't you know? We're just trying to sniff out everything. Wow. Could it be now that the sorcerer is using all resources to smash it? No, 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 no. It's not that. It's not that. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Real self, ideal self, and dreaded self. So playing the relentless Judge Judy of yourself and being like, well, you were bad today. You were good today. No, you have sight of knowledge of good and evil. So whether it is that you bash and think that you did something wrong or this or that, well, who knew that the bash flesh does that? Can do. Who knew? It's surprising, right? To people who say, "Wow, how could that person murder that person?" Wow, who knew the flesh could just come and smash it, right? But what is going on? What are people worshiping? What are people seeing? What do they answer? Exactly. They even defy man's law. So truly they don't answer to anyone except themselves. In their self esteem, boasting to the top somehow. The pyramid of Maslow. Aww. Right? Morality, creativity, spontaneity, problem solving, lack of prejudice, acceptance of facts. So lack of prejudice, meaning you don't judge, but then you accept facts. So what are facts? What are facts if not your apparent, ability to distinguish, right, between good and evil, right? Right and wrong, this and that, right? So lack of prejudice means you have no clue. So then how can you accept facts? You bash. Wow. Self-esteem, confidence, achievement, respect for others, of others, respected by others. Oh, friendship, family, sexual intimacy, safety, security of body, employment, resources, morality. So morality is up here, but also here. Wow, amazing. The family, health, property, psychological, breathing, food, water, sex, sleep, homeostasis, exertion. Somehow it's at the bottom. So at the bottom is a psychological, then you're afraid, and then you think you're filling yourself with some bash love and acceptance, and you boast in it, and somehow you become self-actualized. Wow, what a shame. And of course, everybody has bought into it and brainwashed themselves to believe that they're actually rising above it, like the phoenix from the ashes. Because, yes, they are getting rewarded and they're getting attention from the world, they're getting boasting and an opportunity in the world, but who knew it's just all manipulation. But somehow they say resist manipulation, collaborate with others only if it seems appropriate and convenient. Who knew? Just self interested. What can I get out of it? Is it an appropriate cup for me? Are they trying to bash me and deceive me? Are they trying to, con me? Right? The relentless just don't trust anyone but yourself. And this and that and this, blah, 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 right? Don't let anyone in your life just because they say they have to earn it. And this and this and that. And wow, smashed. Are sensitive to feelings and needs of others, respect generally, accept social rules, and claim no right or desire to prosper at others' expense. Right? Well, really? So these are the types, right? People with a healthy level of self-esteem. Aww. Why does it have to be self-esteem, right? Because truly, if a person is filled with peace of the Father, unconditional love, why would they need to boast in emotion, in emotional states, self-esteem included? For there's nothing to gain under the sun, whether it's emotion or status or praise or whatever. No, there's no such thing. It's only enduring the flesh. Wow. Praising the astounding perfection of the masterpiece of the Creator. Wow. Living, enduring, and overcoming in the refuge of truth. For nothing else will be a misleading bash cry for wolf, and you'll just go out and try and save it, and then it'll just choke you out. But you'll like it because you get off somehow, and you're like, oh, wow, it's the best thrill of my life. Let's do it again. No. Wow, right? Wow, narcissism is a disposition people may have that represents an excessive love for oneself. And you're like, wow, no, no, I'm not a narcissist. No, I just love myself, okay? And what's wrong with that? Wow, just exactly. Just in denial, complete denial. But no, somehow you say, no, I'm not in denial. I used to be. But that's when I saw the light and just saw how others were just using me and abusing me and this and that and that. For I said, hey, I'm just going to go out and do it for myself and love myself, flick my own bean, and just make it all happen myself. And then if I meet the right person along the way, for as long as they just serve my needs, and then we can prash and mix and toss and lick and slurp and drinketh and who knew. But no, I'm not a narcissist. Nope. No, no, no. Individuals who score high on narcissism measured blah 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 would likely select true to such statements as if I ruled the world it would be a much better place. So not the other bashers like I'm a good writer. I like that. Or not the other bashers like I just feel I'm a bad person overall. No, the narcissist will say if I ruled the world, things would be different. Right? So that's the test, people. If your boss is at that level, then they're a narcissist. No, no. There is only a moderate correlation between narcissism and self-esteem, right? They couldn't wait to just say that, to wash their hands of any correlation. So that is to say that an individual can have high self-esteem but low narcissism. Wow. Or can be conceited, obnoxious person and score high self-esteem and high narcissism. Wow. Threatened egotism is characterized as a response to criticism that threatens the ego of narcissists. They often react in a hostile and aggressive manner. And that's everyone, right? The relentless taker of offense and being offended for that and this and just bleaching up fearing apparent facts that somehow are based on a just non-prejudiced state that just embraces everything, but somehow you know what's going on and you know the difference, and somehow you just straddle the middle because you don't want to be offensive on any extreme, but so you'll just cut that wave in whatever is allowed to do, and somehow you're not a narcissist or a bad traumatized, you know, anything victim. No, 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 you're not. You're just a Stockholm Syndrome bash that just had SUDS and whatever else. SIDS too. And you died a long time ago, but somehow the flesh still brings life, and you think, well, okay, might as well abuse it again. A person with low self esteem may show some of the following: heavy self criticism and dissatisfaction, hypersensitivity to criticism with resentment against critics and feelings of being attacked. And they'll use relentless facts and apparently, right? Or bash things, statistics to just smash you with them, right? And this and that. Chronic, and you're like, no, that's just called journalism and truth. No, for it's just temperature checking, just keeping you and splitting you against each other and just making you kill yourselves. Yes, right? because you can't come to a conclusion of what that means, and somehow it's all just magic, but you're just talking about it somehow. Everybody's just talk, 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 Groundhog Day. For the changes in the world, it's what do you recognize and what do you worship? For the flesh will come and abuse us and probably even kill you. But what does it matter? Because for that's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that it matters, that you must go and protect this comfort way of living, and because it's science, progress, and you name it, right? But all entailed with some false promise, some trap, and all of a sudden you're blasting your brains out. Wow. No, 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 it's not that. It's just some people are too greedy. Some people will just take bribes. Some people will just are in it for the money. Some people are just trying to do good, but somehow it's just not good enough. This and that and this and this. Wow, what a shame. What a shame. Excessive will to please and unwillingness to displease any petitioner. Perfectionism, which can lead to frustration when perfection is not achieved. Neurotic guilt, dwelling or exaggerating the magnitude of past mistakes. Floating hostility and general defensiveness and irritability without any proximate cause. Pessimism. Envy sees temporary setbacks as permanent, intolerable conditions. So just a nihilist, right? Whatever. But some bash, just negative thinker that the bashed, love and light will say, listen, you just need to let go of the negative, realize that it does not exist, it's just bashhood, and just swim in positive, 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 and just say all these things back to you in the mirror, and then just bash and cry and just have a bath with Epsom salt, put on that incense, and just bash with some soothing music and then binaural beats, and then get out of the bath and just do relentless hot stretching and huffing and puffing. All before you do take a nice ginger tea with all the relentless herbs and spices that you have collected yourself from season past and just labeled and labeled relentlessly in alcohol, and just extracting the essence so that you can just blast it into yourself. And somehow that's just so pure of you and you're just so holistic. Amazing. But somehow you're just bash in low of self-esteem or high or just right in the middle. You're just right cutting that wave right. What a shame. Also, there's 3 states. Wow. Triumphs, horrors, and virtues, right? And the antithetes, defeat, embarrassment, and shame. Oh, as above, so below in the threes and the threes. Wow, who knew? And then you're shattered. The individual does not regard themselves as valuable or lovable, right? Who knew? It's because they believe in the false love, so therefore they get smashed and shattered. Because all the while they were left to be vulnerable, right? Not instrued in the truth, right? Or even if they were, the world just promised them something else, and so they said, nah, F you, dad, you don't know a thing. And they just went out and defiled and defiled and defiled. And boasting in their self-confidence. I had to grow up when I was 3 months old. I had to be the man of the family. Don't you see? I've come up with that, and I just am self-made and just amazing. I just knew it all. What's going on? And you boast in your strength. Who knew, right? And that's somehow you, just because you now pump weights and just are relentless huffing and puffing and this and that, all of a sudden you're boasted, and now you're getting relentless roast beefs thrown at you, and you can't handle it. It's just drenching and all this bash, but somehow you're still bash unfulfilled. And you have to do it day in, day out. Otherwise, your self-image will plummet, and you'll say, "Wow, I don't have it anymore. I'm not attractive anymore. No, what happened? No." So I must relentlessly boast and stay fit, so that I am the most successful, and then decide who lives and dies. Yes, that's what you believe. Contingent versus non-contingent, right? Wow, they couldn't wait. Who gives a bash? Right? External, and it's – what? Is this internal? Whoa. Right. It springs from a belief that one is acceptable, period, acceptable before life itself, ontological acceptable. Belief that one is ontologically acceptable is to believe that one's acceptability is the way things be without contingency. In this belief, as expounded by the theologian Paul Tillich, acceptability is not based on person's virtue. It is an acceptance given in spite of all guilt, not because we have no guilt. Right, so accept what? Accept things as they are, right? Forgive. Is that what this bash is saying? Because there's no such thing as self-esteem. No, it's only bashhood state of living based on a belief that you're void of, you name it, just void, just bankrupt, right? You're just like, whoa, and that's why you have to go out and just fill it, fill it, fill it. The winter is coming. I must stock up for winter, but I need to fill. I don't know what I'm filling, but I just need to fill it. Fill, 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 fill. Wow. And the importance of it, they couldn't wait. So the health is not possible unless the essential core of the person is fundamentally accepted, loved, and respected by others and by his or herself. So they cannot live, right? If all these things are not fulfilled, right? So you have to go out there and smash them and be a good person, because otherwise, how could you just be respected? So you must be the relentless, obey certain things based in morality, but then your morality could be relative and just accept other relative moralities, because somehow it's just passion and it's so progressively amazing. It's launching us to the catapults of nowhere. And on the canopy of the relentless rainforests that are being cut down, but it doesn't matter because we're just polluting the oceans too with relentless little tiny things of foam and plastic and things that just have caused annihilated, mayhem that you think happened, but now you prevented it because somehow there's no nuclear nukes going off, but somehow the nuke is you and you blasted already. And you're teaching professions relentlessly on your doctrines and just going on and saying STEM is the future, and LGBT and all blah blah blah, and the WHO, and wow, because all we're doing is preventing suicide, people. We're just out there trying to prevent you from just blasting. Right? We're trying to just prevent yourself from blasting yourself, people, because we need your currency. We need your currency to keep this bash going. Come on. But somehow we're just going to pick the best ones out of you and just allow this to happen relentlessly because, they just fell through the cracks and somehow they just weren't boasted enough in their self-esteem. So somehow we just have to go out there and teach and teach and teach how to boast in self-esteem so that people don't bash themselves. Okay, right. That's, band-aids. Band-aids upon correlations and correlations of correlations, because all this is cooked up, right? So that you believe this to be a fact, which in reality it's not. It's the counterfeit way of perception, right? Based on names that you relentlessly hide behind and just bash. It's a controversy relentlessly. But no, to you it's just accomplishment, success. Freedom and freedom as long as I can purchase it. Right? And then that's why you say, wow, that's why we're light years ahead of what we were. Right? Witch hunt. Right? And you're like, it's a witch hunt against true facts, people. Why are scientists being murdered? A witch hunt or witch purge is a search for people labeled witches or evidence of witchcraft, often involving moral panic or mass hysteria. Moral panic. Satanic panic. They'll say, oh, everybody's just panicking. No, but the guys, don't worry. Satanists have been around forever, but look, they have a little church there. They do nothing, guys. They do nothing. Guys, they've been around so wow, they're all of a sudden they're responsible for their whole world's sufferings, and they'll bash and make mockeries, right? That's what the sorcerer does. So who knew that witches weren't killed off, right? They were not. Nope. And all this bash crying about, wow, so many witches were killed and this and that. Let's not do that again, humanity. Can we please learn from that and say, stop killing the witch? And apparently there's no witches around, right? No, there's no such thing as witchcraft or magic. There's no such thing. They're only things in your imagination, okay? There's no such thing. This is hilarious. Look, because oh, it just couldn't wait. It just could not wait. Oh, anthropology of religion and human sacrifice. Guys, look. Anthropological causes for witchcraft. Of course, a bash is froze, and of course, a bash bashes. Witch hunt. A witch hunt or witch purge. Again, the classical period of witch hunts in early modern Europe and colonial North America took place in early modern period or about 1450 to 1750. 300 years, was it? Spanning what? The upheavals of the Reformation. The Reformation. Wow, right? That posed a religious and political challenge to Roman Catholic Church and papal authority in particular. Oh, so all those papal bulls, right? What was going on, right? Their agenda was hot. And the 30 Years' War, resulting in an estimated 35,000 to 100,000 executions. The last execution of people convicted as witches in Europe took place in the 18th century. In other regions like Africa and Asia, contemporary witch hunts have been reported from sub-Saharan Africa and Papua New Guinea, and official legislation against witchcraft is still found in Saudi Arabia and Cameroon today. In current language, witch hunt metaphorically means an investigation usually conducted with much publicity, supposedly to uncover subversive, subversive activity, disloyalty, and so on, but really to weaken political opposition. Wow, who knew? So again, a witch hunt is just a tactic of to uncover, right? No, to weaken political opposition. So who knew you can cook up? But it just means this. This is just a modern meaning of it. The people back then would never have used and called it a witch hunt or anything like that to somehow weaken political opposition. No, they wouldn't. No. Those were actually just innocent people that just worshipped the elements. And somehow the church just burned them and called them witches. The church, right? No, the sorcerers. It's like saying, wow, all of a sudden all the prisoners took over, and they imprisoned all the police and then called themselves the sheriff. And then they were the sheriffs in name only for the rest of, who knows, generations, until the prisoners realized, we used to be outside and we're just in here for no reason, but somehow it's just what life is. And we play cards, we lift weights, we just watch TV, read, we do all these sorts of stuff, but somehow weren't we, wait a minute, what's going on, right? And this and that. So are the witches, what, who can, there's no proof. There's no proof of being able to say those were actual witches and they were just defiling humanity. There's no people will say, who knows if the witches aren't even real, but so they just killed innocent people. Really? What's going on? What's going on? For even if the church apparently killed them, right? That means that they believe that they were demons or this or that. But what are they doing? For truly, this story is just in order for you to believe a counterfeit so that you can just go on in your own witch hunt and smash into anything that gets in your way of your self boast. Right? For any person that murders, right? That I mean, the word of Christ, it says nothing of going out and murdering. It says he says Christ says forgive. Love your enemy. For surely your enemy will come and even slay you. So does that make it right to go out and kill them first? No. For there's nothing to gain under the sun, only to witness what it is you're living, so that you may feed from the true promise and not the counterfeit of doubt. So what is going on? Look, 30-year war, bash, bash, Saparana. So in current language again, right? And it's apparently, wow, it happened, and then reform and this and this, and then the bash killings. So anthropological reasons for the mass killings, right? Distribution of the practice of witch hunts in geographically and culturally separated societies, Europe, Africa, and New Guinea, since 1960s had triggered interest in the anthropological background of its behavior, the belief in magic and divination, and attempts to use magic to influence a person's well-being, to increase life, win love, etc. Exactly, just the alchemist, right? A witch, manipulator, worshipper of idols, and relentless deities, but ultimately the deity that they believe themselves to be in the micro, fractal of selves, and at the speed of thought. Who knew? Belief in witchcraft has been shown to have similarities in societies throughout the world. It presents a framework to explain the occurrence of otherwise random misfortunes such as sickness or death, and the witch sorcerer provides an image of evil. Reports of indigenous practices in Americas, Asia, and Africa collected during the early modern age of exploration have been taken to suggest that not just the belief in witchcraft, but also the periodic outbreak of witch hunts are a human cultural universal. Wow. So the belief in magic and then bashing the magic away exists. What is going on? So it's almost like magic is fire, and then somehow man puts it out, but then it just flares up again. Is it forest fires? What is magic? And somehow people embodying it are witches and sorcerers. So what? Do they have to be put out or lit on fire? What is going on? No. For surely it's not man that puts out magic. No. Endures. You can be tempted and just seduced into what? Magic worship. But what are you? What is your certainty? For out of certainty, then of course it can be anything. It can be anything. Could be anything, this, that, the other. But the certainty is there relentlessly. Life brings forth life. But no, death is the only certainty for you. That's what you believe. One study finds that witchcraft beliefs are associated with antisocial attitudes, lower levels of trust, charitable giving, and group participation. Another study finds that income shocks caused by extreme rainfall lead to a large increase in murder of witches in Tanzania. Wow, of course it can wait. But look at it, just relentless, right? Look, just so long. And go ahead, read, bash self. But, right? What is a witch, right? A woman thought to have magical powers, especially evil ones, popularly depicted as wearing a black cloak and pointed hat and flying on a broomstick, right? No. An ugly, unpleasant woman, right? Cast an evil spell on. No. No. It's a shapeshifter of just lust. Okay. Master manipulator. And you'll say, well, yes. Who knew? Right? And this witchcraft. So the New Testament condemns the practice of abomination, just as the Old Testament had. Galatians 5:20 compared with Revelation 21:8, 22, 15, Acts 8:9, 13, 6. The world in most New Testament translations is sorcery, rather than witchcraft. What is going on? Execution of alleged witches in Central Europe, 1587. Execution, right, of alleged witches. So people were murdered, but alleged witches. So could it be in the rewrite of history? Could it be that in the rewrite of what it is that man now worships, man has erased all his evil right in plain sight, calling it different names, and then said written by, and then some bash entity that calls themselves the Society of Jesus, and this and that and this and this and that. What are they? Wow, you've been rewritten, right? When life is already done, it's been written. So what is going on? You have no idea. Somehow you just look at images and say, "Oh, people died. Now tell me what happened." And then you say, "Oh, execution of alleged witches." Wow. Right? Because it couldn't be that all these people were being murdered, right? Could it be that these were the actual followers of Christ? That the witches themselves are bashing, deciding who lives and who dies into the new world of doing as thou wilt. And who knew that the witches would not kill and just defile and just go out and kill the others just to stay afloat and self-preserve? Because don't you think that the witches would be the ones to just use all their power to, if they were being gonna burned? Yeah, you would. And that's exactly what they said to Jesus. They were like, Jesus, if you have all this power, use it. Escape, come down from the cross, or this, don't give yourself up, and this and that. And he's like, no, leave me alone. This must be done. This and that. Of course. But you don't see the wisdom in that. You do not. For you say, well, yes, there's the law of the divine feminine, but the masculine, blah, 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 of self-defense. Smashed. Smash. For you don't know what self-defense, because you're like saying, self-defense is to kill if needed. Yes, I will murder if I need to self-preserve. Wow. What a shame. What a shame. So all these were like 35 to 100,000 people, right? Couldn't be that those numbers are fudged. Yeah, of course. But just relentless people murdered, right? Murdered, burnt, killed, guillotined, whatever, right? But somehow they were the witches. Is that so? Okay then. Let's believe that then. And then keep on hating, right? The supposed Christian, right? Because you don't even know what that means. The precise meaning of Hebrew blah 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 translates as witch or sorceress in the Septuagint. It is translated as pharmakia. Yes. Those who do relentless tinctures and extractions and bash purifications of powders, that then they bash and feed you in little pill form. Amazing. Sorcery, right? A sorcerer. What? What is this? Sorcery, the use of magic, especially black magic. Synonym: black magic, the black arts, witchcraft, wizardry, the occult. So somehow everybody thinks, well, the occult is just either used for good or bad. That's why you can come to our relentless conferences, because you are the lightened people. You are the light. You're enlightenment light. While the actual, full body magic is something else that you don't know. You're just practicing the light version. You're just the white one. The other one is the black arts and the black magic. And you're just the light version. It's only 0.5% alcohol. Don't worry. You're okay. What a shame. Splitteth. Don't even have a clue. Enchantment, spell, incantation, necromancy, divination, voodooism, voodoo, hoodoo. Again, all these bash same. Shamanism. Yes. Sorcerers. Manipulators. Pharmacians, alchemists, whatever you want to bash, call them. Right? Because look, what does it say? Nothing. This is going to lead you into the abyss. All because you couldn't wait to get some bash friction being to all the swelling parts of your body. The lust. Right? Lust for darkness on Steam. Lust for darkness. Wow. Sorcery, magic, again, supernatural, right? Blah, 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 witchcraft, what? The belief and practice of magical abilities, again, just nothing. Exactly. Maleficinium. Maleficium, who knew? Maleficium, a form of evil magic. Maleficium. Everyone's a maleficium, who knew? But somehow you're just a Jedi as well. No, what a shame. Lust, lust, lust. Give me some of this, give me some of that. Just cut out the thing and da ba ba, and somehow it's wow, amazing, and wow, just so lush and wet. Wow, right? And look, right? How to differentiate between love, infatuation, and lust, right? Like this is bosh something, right? Whether you're in a relationship or here's the things, blah blah blah. There's no what 3 easy payments. Well, there's no real clear, foolproof way to make sure that you know that someone else, wow, is wow, you could, yeah. So just for yourself, again, yourself. Well, you can't be too sure about someone else, but here, follow these things, and at least you can check these things off yourself, Bosh. Examine whether you treat. Look, oh, look at this Bosh. You have to draw cartoons about this Bosh, right? Oh, examine whether you treat the object of your interest as a person or a thing. You care for some person, even though you know their faults. You are committed to sticking together even the most difficult circumstances. You can tell this person anything, can you? Sounds like what a master narcissist would do. Master manipulator, just get you to feel comfortable, give you the best sex ever, so that you just open up and feel like this person is just so amazing because wow, you've never reached such levels of intimacy, and all of a sudden you feel so accepted, so you just share yourself, and then they say, wow, I love you even more. But who knew that would be used against you in a court of law? And it does, because that person will turn on you on a dime as soon as their will is imposed on, right? If they feel that you are imposing on their will, wow, Bosh, you are now going to be chanked and gutted. If they can still get something out of you, because that's what a master manipulator does. Use all possible resources to the best of their benefit. Their benefit. You can tell this person anything about yourself, even if the truth doesn't flatter you, and you know that your partner will accept you, right? You think. So this is somehow love. There's no way to make person love you, really. Of course, people are trying to find the love, though. Although actions do speak louder than words, really. So they're going, actions speak louder than your words, that somehow negate the fruit. Negate the fruits of your labor. Negate them. What is the fruit? What is the food that you seed? No clue, but somehow you just post it on your actions and your rituals, and somehow Not supposed to say what you are and what you do. No, wow, just lost. If you are one of the always giving and getting very little in return, you might consider asking a trusted friend or family member, one with your best interests at heart, what they see. So guys, if you're getting bashed and very little in return, yeah, go see some bash that says that they love you and ask them what they see. What do you see? What do you see me? All this bash. Do you see the light? Smashed. So again, because they say what? Because love is blind. It's better that somebody on the outside sees because, don't you know, love is blind? Oh, no. The love of the world is bashhood. Because you're blind and you're just thinking you're bosh around yourself with something that feels nice, but then it turns a dime. Exactly. And then it's spinning, spinning, and you're just smashing. Because even the family member that apparently loves you, wow, who knew that they worship the same bash you do? So they're probably just going to counsel you in whatever they think you want. Because they wouldn't do anything to jeopardize the bashhood that they receive from having you as a circle jerker around them. So they'll just boast and say, well, you know what? It's just fine. Listen, says this for all, make him pay. Make him pay. Make him give you the best. Because, darling, you deserve the best, and anything less, just dump him to the curb. And the bitch is like, wow, amazing. Okay, I'm just going to get myself another dog because I'm the relentless bitch in heat, and I'm just going to get another dog who just will sit when I say sit and lay down when I say lay down. Smashed. What is going on? Look, you know that your partner will stand by you no matter what, and you are prepared to commit to your partner for the rest of your life. That's true love, right? Wow. No. You have known the person for a long time and you can't imagine without them here. Wow, you want to know everything about one person and want to spend time getting to know them on a deeper level. And just the years are proof of the relentless thing that you call a heart, even though it's a shape of some butt or some boobs or who knows what it is, but it's just somehow bumpy and then pointy. Wow! Looks nothing like a heart, but somehow it's the two C's and the fallen angels. Yes, who knew? Just mashing you. The bloodbath, right, of the wings that were used to just bash you. The splitteth mind. You have known the person for a long time, and you can't imagine life without him or her. You want to know everything about him. Aww. Analyze, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes funny has happened at work, and you can't wait to tell your partner. Alternatively, if you had a bad experience and you want to talk to someone who will understand. If your partner is the person that you think about when you want to share your innermost thoughts, then you may be in love. You may have mutual respect for each other. What is mutual respect? Nothing. Compromise and circle jerk, and how much time each will do what, in which pattern, in which friction, and somehow it's amazing. No, smashed. When you have an argument, you with your partner, you keep working until you're able to find some common ground, right? You don't just go for the juggler and just bring out past trauma or this, that, or this. Exactly, right? Somehow it's just overcoming. This is probably the only one that applies out of all the first bashes thing that they said. Look, because when it's because anything that is resolved in truth, yes, it's as if it didn't even happen, right? Because it's dissolved, it's filtered. But some other things that just remain and bash just stay stagnant, just knot and knot and webs and webs. Yes, that's not overcoming. But only the truth overcometh. The wisdom of the Father gives the peace to overcome, gives the wisdom to overcome. In a state of, yes, knowing your place, being filled with the Spirit of the Father, not the spirit of Bashman, of his own boast. Of his relentless trying to hack away and beating the life out of themselves so that they can just fill it with whatever they want. Well, because see now know how you're infatuated right? Do you think about them all the time? Do you think about them and how they're gonna smile and blah blah blah? And oh, you're just so pretty and wow, but you don't know if they're committed. So you just want to bash them more and just prove to them that you're just the best one. Just hope that they don't turn your back on you and this, right? Oh, then your responsibility new while you're constantly thinking about the other person. You're not confident that he or she want is what it takes to go the distance, but you're still just dreaming, daydreaming. Aw, you think constantly. So, who knew that the person in love also is constantly daydreaming, but somehow they want, oh, I want to get to know them in a deeper level. And this person says, oh, I want to know them inside of me in a deeper level. Is that what they're saying? Infatuation, right? Infatuation. Because they believe a version of what they think the other person is, whether it's true or not. Is that it? The person you like disagrees with you and you wonder if the relationship is over. You wonder whether you know the person at all or whether your impressions have been wrong all along. Did I go against myself? Did I abandon myself? Yes. For you are shattered, split by the lightning bolt of your bash belief that just singes through your soft spot that you allow to be subverted into you. And that's your entry point of defiling your kundalini, your bash, your enlightenment. Wow, it's the purple haze. I just love it. I'm letting the purple acid, the purple rain in to seep in and waterboard me into the abyss. Amazing. The persons you like disagrees with you, and now you're biting your nails, hoping they say, let's smash. And they're like, yes, I couldn't wait to show you how much I love you through my body. Wow. What a shame. Consider your feelings about moving the relationship forward. You may want to ask a person to date exclusively, but you're nervous about what he or she might say. You're afraid that asking for commitment may frighten the person away. Your feelings aren't deep enough for love. You're probably more in the realm of infatuation. Oh. Realizing when you're feeling hot, bothered, and in lust. When this happens, apparently. Wow, what a shame. Whether looking, blah, 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 you're looking to catch someone in a prize, and chances are you just want to bash them. Just smash and dash, pump and dump, ski and retreat. All the bash terminologies under the sun. Security isn't important to you. You're more interested in the score and how it feels. Who knew that this is everyone? And then they think they're the other two. But no, this is everyone. After you get what you want, you can take or leave the person, right? That's because everyone is so boasted in self-confidence and self-esteem that they're like, oh, it doesn't matter if the other person likes me or not. It doesn't matter. I got that friction. So there's relentless justifications of levels of altruism and caring, apparently, but somehow everyone's in it for themselves. So yes, they're all in lust, and some of them think that they're in love, and some of them think they can do better and call it, well, I had a crush on this person, but I like this other person better. Yes. Smashed. Right? Who cares if you have any argument? You can find someone new without the hassle of bickering, fighting, and drama. The sex is great, but it's not worth the baggage unless it's make-up sex after one of those passionate arguments. So chances if that happens, you're in lust. Comparison chart. Wow. Yes, please. Yay. So you go to this chart. It gives you, wow, downloadable. It's a preview, everyone, because you download it and then you have the chart to check off the next person you meet and see if they're one of these. Smashed. For you worship the relentless wizards and sorcerers, namely one of these guys named this Bash. Right? Who is this Bash? Of course, the guy that says he's freeing you and giving you so much enlightenment about the unslaved, the female Illuminati, Atlantis, the Bash, arts of the sexes, the astrology, relentless Bashhood, Teroscope, trees of life, right? Because there's many of them. And all the lores will tell you about them. And guys, it's all just being hidden. No, the magic is match. So occultism is magic. So this is magic. This bash is bashing you with magic and it's calling out, no, this is the real magic. Dragon Mother. Yes, for the magic is the dragon. Who knew? So chase it and believe yourself to be in line because this guy says so. And his family is tied to all the illuminated ones and all the sorcerers, but somehow he's the good Jedi. Amazing. Dragon Mother, right? And oh, they couldn't wait. All at 3 easy payments of your life. And again, female Illuminati, the relentless who gives a bash, but you're just the surf, man. You're just cutting that wave. You're just cutting that wave of balance, and you're the synthesis. You can just take one idea and hold it and just discard it if it serves your purpose. And you call that wisdom. No. No. What a shame. Or enlightenment. No. The surf, right? Because the surf, the mass or line of foam formed by waves breaking on a seashore or reef. You're the surf. The surf to the queen, or there's some bash hood, right? Because you're just getting smashed by the breaking water, and somehow it's just like, I'm a sud. I'm a sud. Sudden something disorder. Oh, you're incongruent. I'm suddenly incongruent. I'm suddenly uncertain. I'm suddenly just who knows? But I'm disordered. I have a disorder. I'm disordered. I'm the surf. I'm a surf. But I'm cutting the wave. Stand or on a surfboard and ride a wave towards the shore. Wow, learning to surf. So you're learning to surf all while you're the surf that's relentlessly smashed. Oh, right. What a shame. Right, because what? Oh, the Cambridge meaning. Let's go to the Cambridge English Dictionary. Yes, please. What does this bash say? Surfing. No. What? See, surfing. Surfing. Surf, bash. Surfer. Surf. See, amazing. Nothing. Surf. Obsolete stuff. Oh. Surf. Surf. The mass or liner formed by, again, right? The reef. Well, the roar of the surf. He went for an early surf. Verb. Stand on a surfboard and ride on a wave towards the shore. Ride a wave towards the shore on a surfboard. Informal. Ride on a roof or outside of a fast moving vehicle, typically a train, for excitement. Move from side to side on the internet. Site to site. The device allows you to surf the net and send emails. Origin. 17th century, apparently from obsolete stuff of unknown origin, perhaps influenced by the spelling of surge. Oh, sure. Amazing. But who knew? All because do you believe in magic? And you do. And you call it relentless things that shapeshift into the supernatural and illusion and fiction, but somehow reality is somehow different. All just guzzled down with alcohol. And you boast in the top, leaving the women and children abandoned. And then they go out and just bash in self-esteem, thinking that they're all bash better now because they're somehow compromising and learning from their mistakes. But who knew that they just accept failure, meaning they embrace failure as a necessity to self-better, the self-help. For you have totally been bashed by witchcraft. You're just in the cauldron. You're being and you think like frogs die because they die. They don't know the water's getting hotter. So somehow we know the atmosphere is getting hotter, but then we don't think we're boiling to death. Wow. So what's doing the boiling? You say, oh, it's the greenhouse gases. It's the sun. It's the solar war rays and this and bash and this and bash, bash, bash. Right? Who knew it was witchcraft? Who knew it was the manipulation of the image that you think you're seeing and living, that you're just frictioning so hard in it that now you're ablaze because you're the relentless Gandalf, just giving in to this day in, day out. Day in, day out. We'll get there.